So maybe the reason that John died is because he didn't he didn't press record before he started the music. And I'm so glad that I noticed that he hadn't hit record.
You did, because
we really would have just done the whole fucking thing. We really would have done the whole thing without pressing the button.
Ooh, today of all days, I would have been pretty mad about that.
Pretty tough.
I would have been pretty grumpy about that. Thanks for the save.
I pressed the button, so we're gucky.
We're gucky. Welcome to VGB's podcast, episode 27. Listen, we're recording this on a Monday because the rest of the week is Thanksgiving and we will not have any time to record an episode. So you know what? If like the Switch 2 gets announced on Tuesday afternoon, or like
fucking funny,
or like Phil Spencer like fucking
shits his dick off.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah. If Phil Spencer shits his dick off, we'll miss it this week. So this one's going to be very much, because there really hasn't been a ton of news, very much focused on what we've been playing lately and also answering hype questions.
News.
It might be a little bit shorter than your normal episode, but we will try to make it as enjoyable as possible. Nikki, you said there is news. What was the news?
Sony is going to be making, and they're calling it a portable PlayStation.
That's correct. Yeah. It's years away. News. It's years away.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
That's not news.
It's not news, really.
You know, like, of course they are.
Yeah.
So, like, you know,
we are rapidly approaching, and I think it's on purpose, a flood in this market of the handheld market.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft and Sony are helping flood it on purpose because they would like you to stop buying Steam Decks and other devices, I think.
And again, the thing that I don't understand is why they think it's going to take so long.
Oh, to make one of these?
Because it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It simply does not.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Thing.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It does, like, it just doesn't. So I'm confused as to why the news would be, I guess, it would be if they said, well, when the PlayStation 6 comes out, it'll also have a handheld that is at parity. Mm-hmm. But that's not what the news is. The news is that in a couple of years, it will run a PS5, which isn't news. That's just that's how technology go.
Right. Yeah, that's, I mean, and frankly, this kind of used to be how PlayStation operated anyway. Around the time that PlayStation 2 came out, they're like, oh, we've made the PS1 a lot smaller and we've also attached a TV to it. So you can just kind of,
you can take it.
You can just take it and go wherever you want.
The PlayStation 3 came out and they said, we figured out how to put a PlayStation 2 in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling it the PlayStation Portable.
Mm-hmm.
And then the PlayStation 4 came out, and then they said, we figured out how to basically get a PS3 in your hands.
It's called
the PlayStation Vita.
And then the PS5 came out, and they're like, here's the fucking Portal.
Here's the,
Which,
and now they're going to be like
different, but
it says, and then they're going to be like, well, now this, you know, it's nothing, John. It's nothing. None of this is anything. None of this is news. There's no point.
Yeah, you say it. Ooh, what you using the drill for? The screwdriver for? Oh. Okay. And then what happened?
That's the sound of the people making the PlayStation 4. That they're gonna cram into the Steam Deck.
Yeah, I mean it's news in the sense that, you know, Microsoft kind of had their moment a few weeks ago where they said, yeah, we're probably gonna make one of these. Yeah. And so someone at PlayStation was like, well, we better do the same thing. We
better also do this.
So y'all know that these two companies are pretty much doing the same shit all the time. Aren't you invested?
No, it's gonna cost $900 because there's gonna be a tariff on it, and it's never gonna come out. So who cares?
There's a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum that starts this year. And then there's an additional set of tariffs that start next year and an additional set that start in 2026.
Which one is how much is it on computer?
So semiconductors is like next year and it's big, but that's like not the same. I don't know. I think we've already passed the moment where those computer parts got the hike. Now that doesn't mean that there won't be new hikes introduced.
Right. Do you only get got once, or do you get got multiple times? Okay, so say you make a car.
Mm-hmm.
Car cost $100 in China.
To make China, or to buy?
That's a bad example. To buy.
Okay.
But pretend that they're not big different to China because it's China. So car come from China costs $100 to buy. Do you got on the fact that the steel is being taxed to more and the fact that it's a car? Or do you just get hit on the fact that it's a car so it go up more? Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, it totally makes sense. I believe you get got on both, which is why the cost to import it would be the cost to purchase it as the end buyer would be more extravagant. I believe. That's a good question, though. I should do more research. Basically, the company will pay that off the boat.
Yes.
And then it just passes the charge to you.
That's
unless
good.
They're benevolent, which they are.
Well, I mean, listen, capitalism is about benevolence, Sean.
It's about benevolence. You're right.
I'm always saying that, have been, and always will.
That's what every economist says.
I found a website, John, and it's called, and if you're at home, you can go there too. It's called carfromjapan.com.
No. Carfromjapan.com.
It's called carfromjapan.com. And what they do is that they bring you car from Japan.
Why they bring you car from Japan? We are a marketplace in Japan where you can buy a car directly from Japan and get it delivered to your nearest port.
So
there are some photos of some fucking baller.
Yeah, dude. Scroll down to go to body types and go to mini. Does this mean
I can get? I can get a truck?
No, John. Did you go to mini?
The manufacturer
in body
mini?
Types?
Yeah. I got it.
Body types. Okay. And then John.
Whoa.
It is way cheaper than I thought to get car from Japan.
You can get now I'm gonna say a word that sucks,
say it, John. Say what it's called. Say what Daihatsu named this car.
You can get a 1996 Daihatsu Midget 2 for $4,200.
It's cheaper for me because the boat has to come less far.
Oh,
it's only $4,000 for me.
Oh, wait. No, I should get it from Freeport, Texas. Let's see. Oh my God! What? I get it for $4,000.
It is so cheap to get a car from Japan. Now, I got really high over the at the end of the week when I found this website. It's illegal to register these cars in America.
Is it?
Well, you can bring them over, but you can't drive them on roads.
Oh, because why?
Because of emissions. At least in California, you can't.
Oh, I bet in Texas.
It's probably actually fine. But like if I rolled up in my 1996 Daihatsu Midget 2, and I rolled up to the DMV and I said, "Can I pop some tags on this bad boy?" They would say no. So then I looked up like what the deal is, and it basically is like, as long as you don't get pulled over, it's fine.
I'm literally going to probably
John,
buy my mother-in-law a car along with all of her kids from this website.
You should do it. You could get because 3 cars for the price of 1 car.
Because she just wants a fucking Toyota that is short. Like it's not and like a big F-150.
Now, very critically, all of these cars are over 25 years old.
They're very old.
Yeah. And that's because we live in an anti-woke nation where you can't import cars for some reason. The car has to be 25 years old for you to import it. But what it does mean, John, is that on January 1st, we will be able to get cars from this millennium on our shores from Japan. Now I see what you're at home. You're saying, how is this video games? How is this video games? Well, it's not. In the video, well, it is. It is because in the video game Gran Turismo,
this is like Gran Turismo.
There were a bunch of cars that I was like, why don't I ever see these cars on the streets ever in my world? And then I realized that it was actually because you can't import cars. But now all of the cars that I grew up looking at on my PlayStation, now I can have them in America. So it was video games the whole time. Yeah, sorry, I guess, for sending this to you. O'Reilly.
Nikki.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy a fucking 1995 Lexus LS 400.
Yes.
For $16,000.
Dude. And the wheel's going to be on the wrong side.
I'm gonna get into it right now. See, well, hold on, wait. This is really interesting. Now, when I went to sedans, I can get a 2023 Lexus,
but not in America. They won't let you have it.
It does say inquire now.
Yeah, they won't let you have it. Like it won't. They won't even let it off the boat. If they open the box and they're like, "Oh, that's a new car," they won't let you have it.
I want to do old to new. Wow, that's the oldest one they've got is that 1995.
But you could get a 1998 Honda Z. Anyway, I think everybody at home should go, if you're listening to the podcast and you're in the Discord, go to carfromjapan.com and pop in to the grass zone cars from Japan. I made a cars from Japan sub channel and pop which cars from Japan you're gonna get. That's engagement, John.
That's engagement. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Cars from Japan. My first car accident was in a car that looked exactly like this LS 400.
Wow, that's beautiful, John.
I got T-boned by my mom's nail lady.
Wow. By your mom's nail lady? Did you go to her after? Or did your mom go to her after?
So the story of that is that I was driving to school and my mom, I was driving and I didn't have my license yet, I don't think. Or I had just gotten it. And I was turning left. I had a I mean, I would have gotten in trouble pretty bad if I got into wreck without that. But I was turning left on a protected green, and then we got T-boned, and I was like unharmed, but I was hot, and I was like, "Oh my God, what happened? Did some sort of fire come out of the steering wheel?
Out of the car? Yeah.
And no, my mom simply had her full cup of coffee and did the mom seatbelt thing. It was just doused me with burning coffee. My mom did not return to the nail lady.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah, did not return.
There are so many cars that are cool that we can't have.
There's so many cars. And this makes me want to play Gran Turismo 2 and 3 so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, 7's great. 7's fine.
Yeah. But it's not as good as 2.
It's not as good as 2 and not as good as 3.
No.
So.
Not as good as A-Spec at all.
Not as good as A-Spec. A-Spec's probably the best video game ever. Have you played anything new? Should we just skip to the Hive questions?
I played Pagliacci on the airplane.
Well.
And I got so mad that I almost threw my Switch like onto the ground.
Why did you get so mad?
Oh, because I fucked up.
Oh,
I pressed the wrong button. Sometimes you sell the wrong Joker. You know,
I wish
that game had an undo button.
Yeah, I wish it had an undo button. I did see a TikTok of like a high score in that game that made me feel
people. Bad. It's just like a different. It's just like people play a different game. These fucking numbers nerds, they like figure out. They can like see this shit, and it's like I feel good when the number is like 50. You know,
right? Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, how nice. So I get whenever I win the game, it's by the skin of my teeth. And people are like, yeah, I got a 4,000 multiplier. And it's like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Get a job.
Yeah, these were scores with like, like 7,000 decimal places in it. It's like, it's just like, no, it's too crazy.
I sleep in a big bed with my wife. I
sleep in a big bed with my wife. Totally agree.
But no, I didn't play any video games. I played Watch Soccer.
Watch Soccer, that's a good one. I played a bit of the Dragon Quest 3 2D HD remake.
HD 2D. Yeah, how is it?
It's fun. My suggestion to everyone, when you're playing that game, you turn the battle speed up to maximum, because it's fucking agonizing if you don't do that. So just turn that battle speed up and it'll be a lot of fun. But it's cool. It's like it's a more kind of customizable experience than I think I expected from a Dragon Quest game out of the gate. You kind of choose the kind of party you want to venture out and at first with, and it's good. Those games are good. It's not shocking.
Does it have, what are the tunes like?
Tunes are good. Okay. I mean, I still think
did they redo, are the tunes in 2D also?
Or are
they in HD?
I don't know. Yes, they sound. Yeah. They're not the original.
Okay.
Recordings.
They reorchestrated.
I'm 99% sure. I've only listened to little bits and boops of it. I only had my audio on for, I don't know, the first like half hour, and then I've just been grinding basically outside the first couple of cities and stuff. So I haven't gotten that far. I've only played it for about an hour and a half, but those games are good. Cool. I think like if you haven't played a Dragon Quest game, the ones that are more modern, like 8, starting with 8 and then going to like 11, might feel more your speed if you're not used to those kind of role-playing games. But if you like kind of old school role-playing games, this is definitely a fun one.
One for me.
Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, that's really all I've been playing new. And yeah, I've been, I don't know, cooking and getting ready for Thanksgiving, which is going to be crazy because we're taking both dogs and we're staying in like a cabin in Hot Springs. And
what are you making?
I'll probably only bring one thing, and I'll make a mashed potato.
Mashed potato.
Mm-hmm.
John.
A mashed potato. I might make a macaroni and cheese.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. How many people are going on this trip?
Oh, well, my mother-in-law rents a lake house, which is where they will be having everything.
I'm just trying to figure out how you're going to get there,
Well, we're gonna I think Ann and I are just gonna drive from Arlington.
It just seems as if, John,
what you're getting at,
that you could buy a 2001 Hino Liese RX 4J FEA,
I
20-person minibus.
Yeah, now I can't get this one for a couple years.
You can buy it on.
It's got to be 1999 or older.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
it's got to be 2000. Well, because they'll hold it for you until the new year.
Screens in this thing. The little CRT screen. God, I should get one of these.
Though, John.
I should get one of these before the Game Awards, and we should I just told everyone I'm not going to the
you just said you weren't coming.
But I should buy this, and then we could all drive out to LA.
That would be great.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
That sounds delightful, John. I'm excited for your lake house adventures.
Yeah, we do it. We do it every year.
And the kids are coming.
And the kids are coming. They're going to be kind of a nightmare, but that's okay. We just don't really. We're like really bummed now about leaving
them alone.
Them alone, like really.
Yeah. It sucks.
So we just don't. We just kind of don't let everyone else kind of deal with it. So
yeah.
We won't bring them to the lake house. They'll just hang out by themselves at the cabin for like a couple hours every day. But
that'll be fine.
They'll be all right with us. Yeah.
That's more important than them being miserable.
Miserable. Yeah, I think so too. Let's do 5 questions and get out of here because I'm sleepy. I don't know about you.
I've never been sleepy before.
I'm a sleepy guy. If you want to ask us Hive questions, you can do so by going to vgbs.com/join. You can join the Hive. Go to the Hive category on our Discord. That is discord.gg/vgbs. You go to the Hive content section. You can ask us questions every single week. We'll answer them. I skipped this one last week, but we'll start with Papa Bear Zach. What is the butt doctor I am Pagliacci of video games? I think I skipped it last week because I don't know what the answer is.
I don't understand what that means. I understand what the words mean.
A man goes to doctor. He's very sad. Doctor, I don't know what's wrong with me. Sir, go see the great clown Pagliacci. He'll cheer you up. But doctor, I am Pagliacci.
I am Pagliacci.
Doctor,
so it's a game. Pagliacci. So it's got to. It probably is just Call of Duty. It probably is right. It probably is like, oh, you say I want to play. How nice it would be to play Call of Duty, and then they say go play the new Call of Duty. It's not applicable this year. They say go play the new Call of Duty, and then they say I am the new Call of Duty.
I am the new Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I am the new Call of Duty.
It's probably like Infinite Warfare. Whichever one of those was aggressively bad. Or people were like, I just want to play Call of Duty.
I think a new prop hunt playlist starts on Wednesday on Black Ops 6. I've never played. Have you ever played prop hunt?
Oh, in Black Ops 6, they're adding prop hunt.
Yeah.
When?
It's Wednesday of this week. I won't be here. I'm not going to be here. I know. I've never played prop hunt on the other ones.
It's great.
It seems very funny.
Great game mode. It's super silly. You can, depending on, I haven't played it in Call of Duty, but depending on how it's implemented, usually you can get up and run around and move.
Yeah, you can.
So then there's just like bits where like a bench is running around at top speed.
Yeah, the point of the mode is you are an inanimate object that you can place in the world. And your job is to not be found and killed.
It's hide and seek.
It's hide and seek, and it's very funny. It's one of the funniest like things that I've seen in games in a long time. And Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is getting one of those, so it's kind of fun. All right, I think that's a decent answer. Dull Focus asks, "What's a good recipe for a Hawaiian themed Thanksgiving side dish?" Pantera Anka also says, "Do you reckon turkey works in musubi?" And I would say no. Ham would. But I don't think turkey does so much. A ham musubi with like a cranberry relish. That would probably be pretty good. That'd probably be pretty good.
I'm trying to think. I think like a pineapple.
Yeah.
Pineapple apple pen. Pineapple upside down cake probably would be a fun little situation.
Okay.
Perhaps.
What about like a pineapple spiked like sweet potato recipe?
Yeah, pineapple in a sweet potato situation. You could do a Hawaiian bread pudding, perhaps, if you're trying to get super simple.
Sure.
Because that would be really easy to do. Just get some.
You could do a pumpkin bread pudding with like Hawaiian rolls.
With Hawaiian rolls. Yeah. That would be good. I'm trying to think. They got coconuts down there. You just go get some snowballs, put those in a pile.
Yeah, go get some Hostess snowballs and just like say, "Here's my Hawaiian themed dish,"
just like Hawaii,
right?
What are those fried orbs called?
Fried orbs.
They're kind of like donuts. It starts with an M.
Like
dessert,
fried donuts.
Fried Hawaii. Malasadas.
Oh, right.
And they're like
that probably pretty good.
But I don't know how easy they are to make at home.
You could do like a Hawaiian barbecue turkey. I don't know if that'd be any good.
Barbecue turkey. I think turkey sucks. I can't eat it because I'm allergic to it, but it's I
think the only kind of turkey that's good is like a smoked turkey leg, I think. And that's
why would I eat off of the bird for a turkey? Like it's not compelling.
Yeah. I'm with you. Turkey's tough. Turkey's hard. It's very rare that it actually works out, I think.
It's too hard to do right. And then I don't know if the experience of doing it, of like eating it when you've done it correctly is worth the effort. Mm-hmm. When you could have done less effort to have a higher return on investment on chicken or even like a Cornish hen.
Mm-hmm.
Or a pigeon,
Or a pigeon. It's great. Jason asks, do you care about the traditional Thanksgiving spread? What are the must-have dishes for you? Great question.
Well, we just talked a bunch of shit about turkey, so
I don't. Yeah, I'm like, I admit, I'm like, it's weird. I'm like, this really must be what shitty traditions are. Is that if there's no turkey, I'm sad, but I've never enjoyed turkey. It's goofy, right? Like
yourself.
But it's like I don't have to have it. So like let's be clear there. Like whenever
it's more of a like it or a love it.
Kind of. It's like I don't have to have
a Cold
turkey.
Stone.
Oh.
Because the sizes are like it, love it, and gotta have it.
Oh. I went to Jenny's the other day. They have
Jenny's.
One here. I got salted caramel and a peppermint white chocolate, which is delicious.
Yummy.
I got the sweet potato marshmallow with pecan praline and the 7-layer bar cookie flavor, which was like
that.
It's got a little bit of coconut.
What are the layers?
It had a little bit of coconut in it.
Fucking poison then.
So it's like
got
a
lemon crinkle one. Can I eat that one?
It's I think so. Yeah. Anyway, Jenny's has some seasonal flavors that are really fucking good. You know what? I have to have the canned cranberry sauce.
I agree. If that's not there, I'm pissed.
I'm angry.
If someone comes up to me and is like, I made this cranberry sauce, it's not even it's disappointment because I know that they don't respect their own time.
Yeah.
Just like in a perfect world, it's still ribbed for my pleasure on the plate.
100%. Yeah, it needs to have come out of the can like 10 minutes ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it should just be right on the fucking thing. Like that's good eating.
Yep. Give me a slice of that.
Yeah.
If you make an additional fancy cranberry sauce, that's fine.
That's fine.
I need you to know that the original Ocean Spray canned cranberry sauce
went off
to be there.
when they made that.
They went the fuck off when they made that. I mean, so good. I've got to have a potato, and it's usually a mashed.
Now, white or sweet?
Okay. Great question. Yeah. I would say both. I need both.
Okay.
I need a very creamy, salt forward, buttery white potato.
Mm-hmm.
And then I need a sweet potato. Now, you might be asking, well, John, does the sweet potato have to be super sweet? I don't think so. I think you can make a very savory application of a sweet potato and it still kind of fits the same thing. Now, if you handed me my mother's sweet potatoes that are covered in slightly burnt marshmallows, I'm going to eat the absolute loving fuck out of it.
Yeah. That's the move to me.
Like, I fucking love it. I like both applications of sweet potatoes.
Yeah, no, that's it for me also. We are not a mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving home.
That's fair. But I don't think it's a must for most people.
I don't think so either.
It's a thing that I grew up having, so it's just a must for me.
Yeah, but I do love and appreciate it. Now when I do Thanksgiving, or if I'm making a Thanksgiving thing, I do have regular mashed potatoes and the mashed sweet potatoes. Yeah. But for a while it was like there was not a white potato dish on the what's the word? Table.
There you go. What about you? Is there anything that you have to
have? Stuffing also.
And so and is like, it not? Is it like fancy stuffing, or can it be like stovetop
from the box? It has to come from the box. If someone is like, it was inside the bird, I don't want it.
Okay, so that's really good. So what are the must-have dishes? Great, we're covering that. I will leave if you have this is like, I made this inside the bird and it's got giblets inside. No. I'd be like, fuck off. No way.
Just put the bread in the oven. You know, not inside of a bird, separate from the bird. The only thing the bird should have in it is bird.
Yep.
And maybe aromatics that you don't eat. I shouldn't have to eat anything out of the cavity of the bird. And honestly, I don't think that's a weird request. So that I also like collard greens. My grandma's collard greens are really good. She's not making them this year, which is a freaking bummer. But those feel correct. Yeah, but I don't want to. The reason she doesn't want to make them is because she doesn't want to. So like when the buck has suddenly been passed to me, and then I'm like,
no,
I don't want it. And I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
We're losing recipes actively, and it's because the shit takes too fucking long.
Does she do like is it a real porky collard green?
Yeah. They're so salty. Delicious.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum, 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 yum. I like to put like kind of a vinegary pepper sauce on my collard greens.
Ooh, my grandma does not do that. Like it's the greens in their juice.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it seeps into the rest of the stuff on the plate.
Sure. Yeah.
And you're like, yum, delicious. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Delonquis flavors.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, no, I like a lot of it. I mean, I like a corn.
Cob or loose?
No, neither. Cream? I would say my favorite thing that I've had recently is a corn pudding.
Oh.
So you make like essentially what is a too soft cornbread.
Yeah.
And you put it in oven, so it's just kind of a creamy, spoony thing that you put some butter and like honey on. Oh.
Yeah, that sounds delightful.
Yeah.
That's yum.
Yeah.
I also think there should be corn, but traditionally we have not had corn. But I also think that there should be corn.
Corn's tough.
Do you like
corn's hard.
Have you had what are those called? Is it just called young corn? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Like baby corn?
But none of the guys are detachable. So it's like
baby corn. You can just eat it.
Yeah, baby corn.
And
you just eat it.
Yeah.
What is that for?
I don't know, but I don't think it tastes like corn, if I remember correctly.
No, it doesn't. I had some baby corn at a farmer's market a couple of weeks ago and was like, wow, this would probably go crazy. This doesn't taste like corn. It's more vegetal than corn is.
It is. Yeah.
What
is it? Okay, big movie.
I think it is just called baby corn.
Little corn. No, you're right. Okay, so Tom Hanks apparently improvised the scene in Big where he eats the baby corn like it's corn on the cob.
Wow.
Way to go, Tom.
A lot of Tom Hanks talk.
I was about to say, we talked about Tom Hanks on both of our podcasts today. Wow. Yeah, so that's kind of our Thanksgiving spreads. That's a great question. My Hero Zero asks, the only game on the horizon for the Nintendo that I know of is Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition coming out March 20th. Is this plausible that it's a dual launch game for Switch 2? If no, prediction of how many days before or after do you think the Switch 2 will be released? So we believe that the Switch 2 will be announced sometime in January.
Yes.
But we know that it will be announced sometime before the end of March.
Yes.
I don't know if I think that I don't know if the announcement is going to be that close to the release.
I don't think it's going to be. I think they're probably going to do January announce, April, May release.
April, May release? Okay.
I think late. I really think they're going to try to have to figure out like how much it's going to cost.
Right. Yes.
You know? Like, I think that is going to like actually complicate things.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. As far as like, is it going to be cross-platform? I think it will simply run better on the Switch too. I don't know if Nintendo is going to want to get into the game where it's like, this is what it runs like on Switch 1. This is what it runs like on Switch 2. You make a decision on which, like, I don't think they're gonna want to.
I don't think they're going to play that game either.
I think there are going to be Switch games that run better on the Switch 2.
Yes.
And then there will be Switch 2 games. And then
I think they will. I think they will remarket a very select group of first-party Nintendo games.
Yes, as being
like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, my sicko idea is that they're going to package a version of that, which is both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in like one kind of SKU or package for Switch 2, but it is essentially just both of those games. But it's like, I think they'll do that for that, Odyssey.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple other things, but like, I don't think they're going to play
Kart
that game.
8. They won't make any Mario Kart. They'll say
Mario Kart 8
Deluxe. Yeah, plus. New Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
New Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Jesus Christ. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them, honestly. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it'll be. I think it'll be even later than that, honestly. I think it'll be like summer before Switch 2 comes out. That's just my gut. Jason asks, what is the Cowboys versus blank of video games? I don't know what that means, but
what does that mean?
But Jason also asks, who do you have in the Cowboys versus Giants this year? The Cowboys just won one of the craziest games I think I've ever seen. Very weird football game. It was kind of unprecedented in a lot of different ways. The Cowboys and Giants both kind of locked in a kind of a cold war for who might have the worst record, therefore who might actually be in the sweepstakes to get one of the best players in this upcoming draft. Maybe it's Shedeur Sanders. I think Shedeur Sanders actually refuses to play for the Giants if he gets drafted by them, which is very funny. We haven't had something happen like that in a long time. So ironically, since Eli Manning refused to play for the Chargers and got traded to the Giants. I think the Cowboys probably win the Thanksgiving Day game. I don't think it'll be very impressive. The Giants are really bad, and I think they're just going to be pretty bad for the rest of the year. That's my prediction.
They have the agent of the guy of the new quarterback. I thought he looked like Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, that guy.
I thought that was a comedy man.
It wasn't a comedy man. That's actually DeVito's.
That's what Tommy DeVito's.
That's what Tommy DeVito's agent looks like. Yeah, weird, right?
He looks like, now I hear it, listener, you're like, well, that's not particularly descriptive.
No, it's exactly descriptive.
Like Carmen Sandiego.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Nikki's completely
with the hat
correct.
And everything.
Just Google Tommy DeVito agent.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to get you anything weird. Now, Jason, if you clarify at some point what Cowboys versus blank of video games is referring to, I'm happy to answer it. Tim asks, do you have a game that gets you in the holiday mood? I do. I have a couple.
What is it?
Well, one is Winter Classic. Shenmue. That's right. Winter classic Shenmue. But genuinely, a lot of Dreamcast games actually get me into the holiday mood just because I played a lot of Dreamcast at the holidays. This was at an age where I was still living at home. I could not just buy video games when I wanted, but it was also kind of late in that stage. So I knew that on Christmas, I would be getting many video games, like 3, 4 maybe at once. And so I have like a lot of memories of playing Power Stone, Shenmue, Soul Calibur, Skies of Arcadia, those games around the holidays. So I definitely think about those games as being kind of holiday mood games. I also like games that are just like, this is a Christmas game. Arkham Origins is a fun one of those. I don't think enough games actually just do kind of holiday themed games.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are mine.
That Spider-Man game is Christmas time, I think.
Yeah, the Miles Morales
one is Christmas time. I'm trying to think of like explicitly Christmas games. Fortnite, good because Matt put Christmas on it sometime.
Matt put Christmas on it.
Like, then you know it's Christmas time.
Then
Matt put Christmas on it. I don't know. I don't think I have like seasonality with games this way. I don't know if I lock in. I don't know if I lock into the season with a video game. For me, it is deep. The thing that like locks me into the season is music.
Sure.
I'm not playing a thing and then being like, well, this is when this is. And like, I don't even have. Oh, go ahead.
No, what kind of locks you in music wise? Like, do you just
I think it's just like it's just jazz covers of Christmas music.
Yeah.
It's like because it gets dark at 2 p.m.
Yeah, right.
Like the stuff that I'm listening to completely changes whether or not the sun is up or not. So then the days feel really slow and really long.
Totally.
Like the amount of time that I'm awake because of the low key way that I'm listening to music.
That makes sense.
So yeah, that is the thing that locks me into this. 'Tis the season, you know.
'Tis the season. One more question. Do you have any old games that you've beaten at least several times and still go back to occasionally? If so, which ones? Sure, I do. Sphinx? Great question. I play Final Fantasy IX every year. That's just one of those games I play every year, and I love it very much. It makes me very happy. So I definitely play that one. Less frequently, I go back to things like Skies of Arcadia, Shenmue.
Odyssey, you've gone back to.
Odyssey, I play every year. Yeah, that's right, Nikki. I've played. I'm not gonna say through to completion, but I've played like big swaths of Breath of the Wild like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I've kind of gotten that itch lately as well. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of those. Weirdly enough, like none of them are very small that I go back to. They're all like pretty big games, which is kind of silly. I would think I would kind of go back to something that was a little smaller, easier to digest. But yeah, I play a lot of like big stuff.
I actually think the only game in my adult life that I have replayed is Breath of the Wild, and I did it one time, and that was last year.
Yeah.
It just isn't. Even when I did watch motion pictures, it was that like I do it once, and I'm like, okay, like I think I got it, you know.
Are you someone who remembers? Are you someone who remembers what they play and watch?
So that's the thing. No. So like there was a lot of stuff in Breath of the Wild that I had forgotten.
Yeah.
And then replaying it, I was like, oh, how delightful. It's kind of like playing this thing again.
Sure.
But I never am the kind of person who is like itching to watch a thing that I've already seen before.
Yeah.
Or to repeat a thing that way. Music, I think I consume completely differently, but like I have never felt the urge outside of before Tears of the Kingdom coming out and Breath of the Wild. Like I have not felt the urge to be like, I should play this again. So
fair.
That ain't me, unfortunately.
It's weird. My dad is someone who Anne's kind of the same way, who like forgets the things that they watch. And so it'll be a thing where like I can see her play something once and remember honestly most things about it.
Yeah.
And so what's so funny to me is that I can sit there and assume it's like, oh, I can kind of talk freely about this movie as we watch it again.
Yeah.
And both Anne and my dad are like, don't spoil it.
Yeah. No. For sure.
That's and I'm just like, I'm like, wait, what? So
it doesn't
it's really,
stick in there.
I mean, I wish I could be like
no,
that.
I think it's actually better to remember things than to not remember things.
Yeah.
It provides way more context than not remembering the thing.
Yeah. Yep. We have a little breaking snippet of
news.
Not really news, but I mean it's kind of news. There was a Niantic executive that recently gave an interview and said you could definitely see governments and militaries purchasing Niantic's newly announced AI model for navigating the real world, which is based on data generated by Pokemon Go players. But if the use case is specific to the military and, quote, adding amplitude to war, then that's definitely an issue. Why the fuck would military
I can see
buy
the military
something without using it this way? Why the fuck would this happen?
That the war people might want to do it for war, but that's a problem. However, if the war people want to buy it,
then what? Who am I to tell them what to do with it?
Not to be insane.
Yes.
What fucking information are you getting off of Pokemon Go JPEGs?
We have figured out that on average, there is a weird singular guy in the corner apartment of this Glendale apartment complex that will just attempt to catch just out of reach Pokemon on the off chance that the geo data might be off enough that he doesn't have to go down to the street and walk a block to catch it.
Get to spin the fucking Pokestop.
Because he's in there, that we could just send a drone in there and kill that guy pretty much whenever we want to.
Like, I'm sure it is actual valuable information. Yeah. And it's not my job to figure out how to leverage it. But like, I can't possibly understand what closer data they're getting off of an AI model built on Pokemon Go that they do not literally already have.
Yeah.
So
I don't either.
I don't understand it. Yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know. This is bizarre. I saw it like, because they announced this, but the news is this. I'm looking at this 404 article
media,
now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because they announced it a couple of days ago or at the end of last week, right? And now this is the
people are just kind of digesting the words. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't like. Okay, like sure. Like if the government wants to build something, if someone wants to build something on that data set, I actually do think they should be allowed because it's not going to give them anything. Like it's not going to give them anything that like it doesn't already exist.
Yeah. No, that's probably true.
I don't think that's true. I don't think.
I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good.
Be very clear.
Yeah. No, it's not good. Niantic seems like
also like of course the guy who made. Yeah, of course the Google offshoot from the guy that made Google Maps thinks that he can leverage the map data.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go enjoy our rest of weeks. It's 'tis the season, really, folks. Starting right now. Just a weird time until pretty much the end of the year. We'll have a few weeks of some productive stuff. We'll actually have the Game Awards. I'm not going to Los Angeles for the Game Awards.
I'm not coming anymore.
I'm not coming anymore. I do. I not only do I like Niki.
I'm looking at the text right here. It says, I'm not coming because I don't like you and LB, and I think your dogs are stinky. I didn't even see that part.
Yeah, I can't.
Sad.
I'm gonna miss seeing your dogs. Not going to be in Los Angeles for that. So we will be doing a very fun Game Awards co-stream. I feel like we do that pretty much almost every year. I think the only year that we didn't do that, well, I guess we did do it. We were just live from Los Angeles when we did that. Yeah. It was one of the worst professional weeks of my life. So yeah,
it wasn't good.
But we'll be doing that. I don't know who will join. No idea. Most people I know are either going to the awards or already going to be on some sort of co-stream, but we'll see what happens. That'll be on the evening of the 12th. Yeah, that's right.
The 12th, yes. Thursday. It's a Thursday for some reason.
It's a Thursday.
That deeply feels like they showed him the menu of cost for days.
Yeah.
And then he picked the Thursday because it was the cheapest day.
So we will be doing that, which is fun. We've also got some cool end of the year content brewing on the website. Brand new article just dropped on VGPs.com about BioWare's decision to turn Dragon Age into essentially a glorified dating sim. That one is from Moira Hicks, who is quickly becoming one of my favorite writers on the website. So go check that out as soon as you can. I'm going to be releasing the top 5 video games of 2023 in the next couple of days here, just to get you used to the new format of the way we're doing lists around here. So that'll be kind of a fun one too.
That's good.
We'll be back next week, I think, with it. No, next week we're going to try to do the 99 Potions redo with Dragon Age, the Veil Guard. So please stay tuned for that. That'll be a fun one. All right, folks. Let's get out of here. Oh, Nikki, do you have anything to plug? Should have asked.
Drive Home at Night, obviously, is on the 11th of December. If you listen to this podcast and you actually for shoot know me, DM me so I can start putting you on the list because I have to start doing that soon. And if you're driving, Close Your Eyes is a comedy podcast that John and I do with our friends LB and Jordan. You can go listen to that wherever podcasts are sold. And that's it. That's all I got to play.
That's all we got. Hey, Interstate 35 is going to be 20% off already. As part of the Steam Autumn sales, which happens in about a day and a half. That starts on the 27th. Go check it out if you haven't already. If you've wishlisted it, you'll get a little email about that.
Huge. Also, go wishlist Fledgling Manor.
Fledgling Manor is so good. I may or may not have played a finished copy of that game, quote unquote finished copy of that game, and it is very cool. So
that's coming out not too many days from now. So
no, I know. Actually,
I know the day. I know the day,
but I don't know if we can say yet because I think it is not fully set in stone.
Yes,
but
it's not far away.
It is not far away though. So definitely go wishlist that so you know the instant it drops. All right, folks, join the Hive. Go to vgbs.com/join. You can join the Hive, ask us questions every single week. We also have a really fun Discord. That's just a really good place to hang out in case you are
There's
looking for...
There's a brand new channel in there called Cars from Japan.
Yep, it's right in the fucking grass zone. So it's at the bottom. Cars from Japan. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun. If you like professional wrestling...
I found a car called...
We're in
Mazda
there.
Bongo Brawny.
Mazda Bongo Brawny?
Mazda Bongo Brawny.
Oh, that's cool too.
Yeah, it's a cool little van guy.
That's a cool little, well, it kind of looks like a place where you can murder someone, huh?
You can do anything in a van, John.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
That's what makes them beautiful.
All right, folks, we got to get out of here. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out. We'll be back next week with a new show. Until then, keep on buzzing. Bye. Fuck, wait, hold on. No.